Yeah, so as I was saying, just think of a 3-year-old child. He's playing with a calculator and he's just pressing some button, and something is happening on the screen. He is delighted to see something is changing on the screen, but he does not know what is happening exactly. Okay. At the same time, if the same calculator is in the hands of like maybe 8 or 9 years old child, he knows how to add, he knows how to subtract, possibly division, and if a child is from the is like 14 or 15 years old, he might be able to do some more function, more operations in the calculator. So AI is like a calculator. AI is like a tool. Okay, we most of us we don't know what is exactly happening. Okay, we are just pressing something. Something is happening, and we feel delighted. Okay, we got something. We got something. Okay, so ideally we have no clue what exactly is happening. We have got something called LLM, large language model, how it was made, why it was made, all these things. There is a big history behind this, and we are not going to get into that history. We will start from the point where we know that there is an LLM. We know that there is a tool called LLM, large language model. Okay, we will start from here. We will not go into the history and how it was made, what happened, why people started creating an LLM. We are not going into those things, but we will start from that we have one tool called large language model, and we'll take it from there. Okay. So ideally, large language model, after large language model became famous, or people started using large language model, then few other tools followed it, and few other tools or few other concept maybe or process that followed it. Okay, and one of the prominent one is and most prominent one is Gen AI, which is called generative AI, and we all have been using generative AI maybe for different reasons, for creating text, for creating image, for videos, for audio. So this is how LLM has evolved from just like just an LLM, just giving an answer, to a tool which helps you to find the answer. Okay. So there is a difference in a standalone tool and a tool with some equipment. Okay, that equipment makes LLM a Gen AI, generative AI. Okay, so it evolved again, and not just creating text or videos or audio. Now we have come to a point where it can generate codes. It can generate, you know, it can develop the project. It can generate your milestone of the project. It can generate test cases. It can help you to deploy the project altogether. Okay, so this is where AI has evolved, and this is where AI system has come to. And of course, like there are more advanced steps where AI has gone, but we will restrict ourselves to focus on how AI can help us to create an automated project, okay, or an automated software development maybe. So, so we will restrict ourselves to this point. So any questions so far? Please feel free to stop me and ask. Okay. So in the meantime, quickly I will share my screen. Okay. Um, yeah. So again, as I mentioned, generative AI has taken place big time in software development industry, so software development, and the things are changing step by step. So as you can see, This slide might not be very useful, but let me just scroll down to 2 slides down. My system is not supporting this session. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, and maybe I'll share this PPT with you all, so you can also go through and understand the exact flow, how it works. So this deck talks about how it works, basically, how the code is um, automated software development happens with the help of Gen AI. So that will help you. And also one of the white papers that I prepared, I'll share that as well with you. Also, maybe it will be helpful for you at least to understand and start coding. So I'm not going to put it on screen on the slide mode. Perhaps it is hanging my system, but anyway. Okay, so first let's go through this quickly, and then I will also show you practically how we can do it on using some of the tools. So automated requirement extraction. So as I said, Gen AI. Okay, so Gen AI is helping us to write the requirements. Then based on requirement, it divides uh, the whole project into multiple milestones. Then each milestone, and also it helps you to, it will ask you to connect with a version control, maybe Git or something, whatever you are using, and then it will ask you to write the code from the beginning. I mean, you can start giving the prompts, and it will write the code for you. So once the code is written, uh, it will ask to test you. So once you test it, then you can push the code to Git. Then you go to next step, milestone. So normally how we work, how we develop a software, or how we work on the project. Basically, this is how we work, right? We start with requirement document, then we design our solution, then we divide it in multiple milestones. We write some test cases, we validate it, then we might write some some technical outcome document, then we deploy it. So normally this is how we work on a software project, and this is exactly we need to do with the AI also. Okay. So in this slides, I have given a high level view how it works. You just give a prompt, and one thing which where you need to be careful is the prompting. So prompting part is not very, if you give a wrong prompt, it will give a wrong output. So if you give an optimized prompt, a prompt that is actually required for to create the project end to end, then it will work accordingly. So this is AI is still uh, not at a place where it can think on its own. So you have to help him to think. You have to help it to think. It start thinking based on the scenario that you provide. So if you give it a wrong scenario, it will start thinking in a wrong direction, and then it will deliver in a wrong way. Okay, so uh, you being in control, you just understand you are going to use AI for your purpose, and you don't let AI to take the control. That means you don't ask AI to you do you just don't you cannot say AI that, okay, so I want a project like this, and you develop on your own. It may develop something completely different, and then you will be in trouble. Okay, so the prompting part is very important. As you can see, create a Python function to calculate factorial with error handling for negative numbers. Okay, you need to be precise. You need to give a precise uh, prompt to AI so that it can generate something. And then next step is it writes the test cases automatically. So if when you approve the you know the milestones, user stories, then it starts writing the test cases as well based on each milestone. For each milestone, it starts writing test cases as well. And then you go through the test cases, you validate them, you approve them, and then finally you ask it to start the development. Okay, so as CI/CD deployment automation, as I said, everything happens through AI. So, but you need to be there. It's not that it will do it on its own. You need to be there at each and every step, guiding it, reviewing the work that it is doing, uh, and wherever you feel that something is deviating from the right path, you just tell him that, okay, so this is not something that was required. You are expecting something else. And if in the process it comes up with some error, you need to show that this is the error, maybe in terms of text, maybe in terms of a screenshot. Some way you need to show the error. It will go back, it will work on its own program, like as we all do, right? If there is an error, we go back, we check our codes, we rectify them, we modify them, and we uh, we resolve the error. Ideally, this is how we also do. So it is exactly the same thing it does. Okay.
So Shishirji, I have
So,
one question.
please.
So all of this, where should we be doing in
Yeah, yeah,
ChatGPT, Copilot? Where, what
yeah.
tool?
In a minute, I'll start
Oh,
showing
okay,
this.
okay,
Showing that in a
sure,
minute.
sure.
Just
Okay,
give me a
yeah,
couple
yeah,
of more minutes.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So as I said, prompt is very important. So if prompt is not right, what will happen? There will be logic errors. There will be hallucinations. So what is hallucination? Basically, uh, it is in human. It is very common, right? So now in AI also they have also infected with hallucinations. If is not clear about what is required, it will start showing something. Okay, and why it is showing something? Because it knows everything. It knows everything from the internet. So instead of giving you the right output, just start giving you anything that comes in his mind. I mean that comes. Uh, Again, when I say mind, I am talking in the human term, but how LLM work, again, I'll have to organize another session for this. So whatever comes, whatever it predicts next, that start giving us an output. Okay. So I'll share these things. Just go through these slides. But most importantly, what I want to show you is how it works. Okay, that is where the most interesting part. That is where what the most interesting part is. So consider yourself as in the center of a development team in which you have two two subordinates, you can say, or two more. There are two friends who are going to help you. Okay, but you are always under the in the controlling position. So you cannot let loose the development cycle, otherwise project will fall flat. So you will always be there in the controlling position, but you will have two more friends. And who are those two friends? I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I'll just stop sharing. Okay, so So how many of you have heard about Codex or any other code writing platform or system? Anyone? Of course, I know people who are working here, they all have known it. But anyone else who is who is working from India? Okay, so, okay, good. Anup, yeah. Yeah, Anup, do you have a question? Or you are indicating that you have heard about it?
Sorry, I didn't have any question, but I know about Codex
Okay, good.
and
Okay, good. Okay. So basically, let's start with ChatGPT because we all are very much familiar with ChatGPT. And ChatGPT provides one tool called Codex. Okay. I'm not sure, like you can see the Codex, you can see Codex when you have at least a Plus account. If you don't have a Plus account, then you will not be able to see the Codex tool as such in your OpenAI. So let me share my screen. Okay. So you can check if Codex is visible in your ChatGPT. If yes, then you must have a Plus account. If no, then you might have to take a Plus account. Okay. So here is Codex. Okay. You click Codex, it will ask certain things. So first thing is it will ask you about can you connect with your repository, Git repository. Okay, then it will also ask you about how do you want to start this development. So do you want to start with CLI or do you want to start with IDE? Try in your terminal. Okay, so as you can see, it will ask you about uh, it will ask you to connect to your Git repository. Okay, so I have connected with a couple of them. I mean, I have worked on a few projects, so there are some repository connected already. Okay, so now there are two ways to write the codes. One way, either you uh, either you attach your repository here and simply start writing project from here. Simply start giving prompt and it will start generating the code from here. So as you can see, there are some codes I have generated in the past. Second way is, and which is more efficient, is this thing. Either you start with it with on in VS Code or Cursor or whichever IDE you are working on. I think there are three IDE it is supporting: VS Code, Cursor, and Windsurf. Uh, so you need to install Codex first before even starting development. So you need to install Codex. Once you install it successfully, you will see this ChatGPT logo here. Okay, and there you will see the similar kind of prompt. You'll see similar kind of prompt here. So you ask question, you give the prompt, and it will generate something for you. But I mean, what I will suggest is don't start directly interacting with Codex. Okay. So because Codex is focused for code generation, but before even generating the code, there are multiple things. So you need to be sure about the scope of the project. You need to be sure about how you are going to divide the project into multiple milestones. Okay, so don't start from Codex as such. So start from ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT and always keep ChatGPT in the loop. If you are not keeping ChatGPT in the loop, it means you are going to, after some time, you may lose the track. Okay, so always keep ChatGPT in a loop. So basically, I don't know anything about .NET. Okay, and I just got this 3 line of requirement. Can you create a page where a user can sign up, log in back to the page, enter the amount he has spent and asking for an approval, this I want to build using .NET. I don't know anything about .NET, how it works. Do I need to install it, or is there any supporting technology it requires? I don't know anything about it. Okay, so let me just paste it and see what happens. So okay,
Shaji, just one
Hanji,
question.
yeah, please.
When you said to keep Chat GPT in loop, like
Hmm.
can you just add a bit
Yeah,
more onto
so
it? See
yeah, sure,
what
sure.
does it mean?
So yeah, so you work directly with ChatGPT, okay, not with Codex. I mean, you work both of them, but initially, first thing that you need to start working with is ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT will help you to to uh, to sharpen your scope, or to divide the complete project scope in multiple milestones. Okay, so that will be done by GPT, not by Codex. Codex is for generating the code. Codex is you ask the Codex to generate something and it will generate for you. But we cannot straight away jump on and start generating the code, right? Before that, we need to sharpen our scope. What is the scope? Then scope cannot be, cannot be accomplished in 1 week, or maybe one. I mean, it cannot be accomplished in 1 day or one week or something. So we need to efficiently divide it in multiple milestones. Okay, so all these things will be done by GPT, this Chat GPT. Okay, so now you can see here is a clean real razor pages solution with that does exactly this. User sign up, logged in user submits an expense amount and request approval. So actually it is trying to verify that it has understood the requirement well. Okay. Users.NET 8 plus Razor Pages plus ASP.NET. So it will ask about what do you want. It will ask about, here it is not asking, but normally when you are discussing the project with it, it will ask these are the possible technology. Which technology do you want? These are the possible things that we can go ahead. Maybe for development there could be multiple ways. There could be multiple multiple processes. So which process you want to follow? So it will first uh, come to the point where you approve, or you say you tell the Chat GPT that I want I want to go in this direction. I want to use these tools. Okay, and based on your input, then it start sharpening the scope. So here because the scope is very less, it is not asking those kind of questions. But ideally, it 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 probes you to come out. It asks you to talk more about the project. Okay, so it asks you to talk more about the project, and then it creates a scope out of it. So create the page. Sorry, create the project. Okay, so this is how it has made it. It has it in his mind. Add the expense model. Okay, so wire it into your identity DB context. So it has given you now. Ask him, or maybe in the same prompt you should have asked him that I want to develop it in Codex. So okay, so help me to develop this project using Codex. Okay, below is a Codex driven development plan with copy paste prompts that will generate the project end to end. Okay, so now target architecture. It has talked about architecture, how it is going to, start. The entities, it is discussing all these things with you. So wherever you feel that, okay, something is not correct, then you just tell him that, okay, no, I'm not going, this is something which I don't approve. I want this thing. So you give your intent. Okay. So like account. So it is asking about these are the pages I'm going to create, account, expense create, expenses my, approval pending, all these things. You may ask him to add one more page here or remove some page here. So and it will do it. Okay, what do you do first? So first you in terminal VS Code is fine, .NET new web app, uh, find out if .NET is there in your system or not. If not, then you can ask him how. And I like myself, I don't know anything about .NET, so I asked him, help me to install .NET, and it helped me to install .NET.